Red evening. It's better than work.
Blah, 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 blah. Important message. Important message, y'all. The audio trilogy is out. Finally, after weeks, months of waiting, months of recording, a lot of fun, that too, a lot of editing, and a lot of fumbling, it is out. A look into Troy Francis, his seedy nightlife, strip clubs, sex clubs, fetish parties, and all the likes. You can listen to all of it here in the chat. Go get it. Be entertained. Not only that, be educated. Do it. Thank you. I'm just very excited about it, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Back to the registered program. How's that for copywriting?
I like it. I like it.
But in all honesty, I'm very enthusiastic about it, and I hope the people listening will be as well. Now, Rob, how have you been?
Well, I could be worse. I could be better. Today is my last day of work for a week because I'm going out to New Jersey to hang out with Vince and TJ and James.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I'm putting work behind me. And then when I get back, assuming I make it back, I don't die, because I saw the booze that Vince has already procured, and we'll go through it, no doubt about it. We'll probably go through it in 2, maybe 3 days, and then we're gonna have to restock. But seeing the amount of booze that he bought, it's like, holy fuck, it's gonna be a drunk fest for sure.
Oh,
So I may, there's always that possibility that I could die while I'm in New Jersey. And that's okay if I do. It really is. Because if I do make it back, well, when I make it back, let's be real.
mm-hmm.
I'm looking for another job. I've gone from I don't care to fuck it. Yeah, it's the bullshit that I've had to put up with the last couple of weeks, and it's not getting better. And so it's like, you know what? It's time. And I have a few contacts, a few connections out this way that I need to start making phone calls. And so that's the plan.
It got that bad?
Yeah, it did.
Oh.
Today really cemented it for me, for sure. It's like, oh man. But I'm like, just fuck it.
Yeah, you can't. Of course you can't go into detail, but I can imagine a scenario where it's like, nah, never mind. Shame, but oh well. Like you mentioned, you had a couple of addresses.
Oh yeah, I've got, like I said, I've got contacts that work in different industries that I'm gonna just, when I get back, I'm gonna start hitting them up and see if I can move to them. It's going to be a total, if one of them in particular, it'll be a total different industry. It's not going to be what I'm doing. And I'm getting tired of it. The game I'm playing with this job at this point, it's a young man's game, or a younger man's game. I can't do it forever. And so I have a shelf life regardless, because there's no goddamn way I can be doing what I'm doing now at, say, 70. It's like, no, this job beats the shit out of my body. And I feel it every day. And it's just like, okay. And so that is also a reason that it's time to start looking for something else. It's like, I can't keep doing this, because there's going to come a point, like I did a few years back, I'm going to fuck something up, and then it's going to require surgery to fix it. And it's like, yeah, I don't want to go through that. Not when I don't have to. So, Walmart, maybe in my future, I might be, rob the greeter at the door or something. Hey, let me see your receipt there. Whatever it takes.
The job with the least amount of responsibility with the most amount of pay.
Right. Well, and and there's things brewing that I know I mentioned on, I think it was on Let 'Em Burn, I might have mentioned it, that if it comes to happen, which it should, but if it does come to happen, dude, what little debt I have will be gone.
Nice.
Yep. And it has nothing to do with work.
The only thing you had was the motorcycle, right?
Well, and the mortgage.
Oh, true. Like,
But
how's that thing in?
this would take care of both.
Oh, that will be nice.
Yep.
That would be nice.
And then at that point, I don't have to have nearly as much income.
And that's the trick, people.
Yep. That way it's like, well, we can only pay you this, where, this is X amount. Right now it'd be like, yeah, I can't take that. I need a higher amount because of the debt. Where if that debt's wiped out, it's like, oh, I can take that amount. That works, because we're going back to least amount of responsibility with the best pay.
Yep. That is that is the dream. That is the dream. I mean, my dream will always be a passive income. But when it comes to a job, like the new job I'm getting, it's a very simple job. Just customer. Sorry, drew a blank. Just customer service, whatever. But we had to do an online training, and that training was supposed to take 12 hours, and I'm like, it's not. I know me. It's not. Real quick, by the way, Horden Jarbringer, new guy. He's been commenting on the videos constantly. He's now a member. Just wanted to shout him out for a bit. And yes, you should do a crossing guard.
Well, it would be full circle, because I did that like when I was in elementary school. So
nice.
So like, when I was like in 5th or 6th grade, so I was like 10, 11, 12, somewhere around there. I did that job.
Teacher.
Hey, you know what? Somebody's got to fight back against the current system.
I tried that. I'm not doing it again. No. But okay, where was I? About the job. So the training, it's going to take 12 hours. And I'm like, yeah, I'm me. 6. 4 in a good day. But it was a point and click training. You got the wrong answer. Try again. I'm like, okay, this is what we're going to do. So done. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait till the last day. We were supposed to have it finished on Friday on 12 p.m. Like, I'm going to finish it Friday morning a day. But on Thursday, we had another mandatory meetup where it's like, is everything good? I am a grumpy old man. My level of sarcasm. Whoa. How's that for a job interview shirt?
That's right. My level of sarcasm depends on your level of stupidity.
Okay, that one's good. But okay. I was like, you know what? I'm going to finish it on Friday because that doesn't get much eyes on me. On Thursday, one of the girls goes like, oh, I already finished it. I'm like, you bitch. I know exactly what you did. I know that she just didn't read anything, because most of the people were like, oh, I'm not done yet, and blah, blah, blah. She's like, oh, finished it. I'm like, you're one of us. You're one of the good ones. I just knew she point and clicked away as well. Just get through it, get it done. Because next week, we're going to have a training on location. And 9 times out of 10, it's all going to be repetitive. All going to be repetitive. You have to. They have to do that. Otherwise, because they have a little test at the end, most people will fail. Because it's going to be repetitive otherwise of that. So the point and click training was easy.
Do you want a spoiler alert there, Jack?
Go ahead.
All jobs are repetitive.
Yes. Oh, that is the biggest lie ever.
All jobs.
Not you, by the way. You're not lying, but
no.
Remember when you were young, it's like, oh, I'm going to have a job and I'm going to get to an office and going to do this, going to do that. And every day is going to be brand new. And nope.
Dude, I've worked since, back when fire was first invented. And I've worked in all kinds of industries. I've done all kinds of different jobs. Every fucking one of them. Every one of them. Customer service, like what you're talking about.
Personal training even.
It's all repetitive. It really is. When I was talking to my dad the other day, and that's when I had brought it up that, yeah, I need to, it's time to move on. I'm sick of it. And even he had a few contacts that it's like, oh, a couple other people I didn't know about. Yeah, I'll be hitting them up. But he's like, your job sounds pretty repetitive. And I'm like, well, it wasn't yours when you did this, that, and the other. He's like, yeah. I'm like, Dad, they're all fucking repetitive. Every job I've ever had is repetitive. So it's just, is it a repetition that you're okay with and that you can deal with?
Well, that is the question. Like, can you manage to keep going without going insane?
Because even if you're like the entrepreneur and you're running your own business, I guarantee you there's going to be certain things that they're always going to be repetitive. Whatever it is, it's like, unless you're literally changing up your job every fucking day, it's going to get repetitive.
Good to see. Not true. Good to see Timaeus again as well. By the way, Timaeus, I sent you a DM on Twitter. And on Rob's first coworker was Jesus and his 12 followers. I was just about to say, like, when
my first Prometheus is a little closer. Yeah. I was gonna say, actually, my first boss was probably Moses.
Nice.
So, or
yeah, I was about to ask, like, when fire was invented, not the wheel. You sure about that?
No, this was fire.
But the best thing about that job, though, that I'm gonna do, it's just what was it? First, it was 24 hours. And they were like, yeah, but if you do 24 hours, we want you to be flexible to work on Monday, Thursday, and Friday evening. I'm like, those are all the 3 nights that I'm not available because of kickboxing and some other things. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, I can give you the weekends. I don't mind. But like the Monday and the Thursday and the Friday are just a no-go. They're a possibly go, but certainly not both of or all 3 of those. And she comes back to me. She's like, well, what you could do is just work 16 hours and every now and then you get a max of 20. I'm like, I can work with that. Like, I'm allowed to do 16 here. I'm fine with that. And they're open on Sundays, and Sundays is double pay. And to be honest, Sunday is one of those days where I'm like, it suits me better.
Sure.
I have to manage the Q&A a bit. By the way, the post is up, so post questions there. But other than that, like, Sunday would be fine for me. And then one other day, it's like, sure. Rob worked on the pyramids.
No, Tempest. No, Mesopotamia.
Oh, wow.
Or even, let's go back a little further. What, Babylon?
Yeah. Tower of Babylon, right?
What was the
Eden?
No. Well, Eden, if you really want to go back, but we don't know about Eden. But we do know about the pyramids. We do know about Mesopotamia. But there was another group of individuals, a society that came even before the Egyptians. There was a lot, but this one actually had written language. They wrote shit down. And I'm trying to think of who the hell they are. It starts with an S, if I remember right. One of you big brains in the chat knows who I'm talking about.
Somalians.
It's not the Somalians, it's the Sumerians.
Oh, wow. I was actually close.
You actually were. I want to say that they were like one of the first, way before fucking Egypt, man. Way before the pharaohs and all that other shit. Yeah, we're going back to the very beginning. Yeah, I want to say it's the Sumerians. But Mesopotamia was first. All right, we'll see. Swerve the Nerd's got it. So there we go. You guys saying, I was there during the pyramids, dude. I was already old by the time the pyramids came around.
Started the first podcast. Lay it down on bricks. The message was written. Speaking about message written, by the way, I did want to really talk about this. So a couple of things. In the Netherlands right now, the QR code society has been implemented. And it's very weird. Restaurants who don't uphold this law will be shut down. You can all look this up at dutchnews.com. That's my source, and I am living in the Netherlands, so I'm a pretty reliable source.
Well, yeah, your boots on the ground. You're observing it with your own eyes. So,
Look at this asshole. Look at it.
Jesus.
Oh, Christ. Hello, Marty. But okay. Restaurants are being shut down, things like that, if they don't uphold that law. So it's kind of like you need to be able to show documentation that you got vaccinated. Same thing with movie theaters, things like that. Now, as we all know, I have had the cursed disease, and I got the jab for that. I didn't mind. I only needed to get one. Thing is, it feels so weird walking into a movie theater right now because they want your QR code and your ID card. Yes, Rob, you guys vote without ID, and we even need to show our ID at the movie theater. Like, just a side note for Americans right now. Like, you might want to reconsider the whole voting ID thing.
Hey, I don't come up with this shit, man. I
know. You just live there.
That's right. I just live here.
But we went to see No Time to Die, the new James Bond. And for all the
we're
reading,
beat off to Bond.
No, we're not going to beat off to him. Don't worry.
Okay.
Ana de Armas is way prettier. Just no, seriously. You want a 10? That's my 10. Ana de Armas. Don't add me. But okay. For all the reading that went on and all, oh, it's woke Bond and they're going to replace him with a black strong female. All bait and switch. Just saying. All bait and switch. The black actress who's in it, who gets the 007 title, is barely in it. And she actually has a supporting role to all of it. So, for all the guys who screamed bloody murder when it wasn't out, do have to say, though, the actress did play it up. Like, it's time for a new Bond, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't go down like that in the film at all. It's actually pretty good, in all honesty. There was one thing where I was like, please don't. No, they didn't. And fortunately, they did. I thought they turned James Bond into a cuck. An actual... What? No, they didn't. They didn't. So, a couple of nitpicks here and there, but it was actually a good Bond movie. There was a picture going around about him sitting on the back seat of a moped with the girl. That scene played out perfectly. Seriously. So, where is Bond actually in that scene? I don't remember where he was, but his car is being meddled with. Has already been meddled with, so it won't start. And him and the actress already met a bit. He doesn't know she's an agent, or he does. They play it up a bit. They play it very charming. He stands at the car, tries to get it started, and she drives up with the moped, and she looks at him. Car trouble. And, well, seems like it. You need a lift. And he looks at her in such a charming manner. He's like, don't mind if I do. And he sits on the back of the thing, and he already gropes a bit. She's like, hold tight. And they just drive off. That's the scene. It's charming. It's funny. It's witty. It's not demasculinization or whatever. It's actually in character.
Okay.
It was witty, was funny. I was like, they played it perfectly. And you could say, oh, but the imagery and blah, blah, blah. Situational related, it was actually pretty good. No, Dre. No, it isn't. So the 00 franchise understood. Go woke, grow broke. I don't know if they had reshoots. The marketing was horrible. I have to tell them that. The marketing was horrible. With the, it's time for a new Bond and strong black female, blah, blah, blah. She isn't sassy or whatever in that whole film. You know who did it worse? Did you see Solo?
No, I didn't watch Solo.
That did it way worse. And that was a droid, a black female droid.
Right. Here, I want to throw something in there because it reminds me of a movie. Guys, you're just going to have to go and look it up on YouTube. There is a movie, it's a full-length motion picture that a guy created. The movie is called Mute Date. Mute as in no talking. Date. Okay. It's shot on a shoestring budget by a guy who's nobody. But it's a good film when you think of the potential technology, even though it's a little out there. But there is a social message in there. But the best part comes towards the end when they're having an interview with the CEO of the company, of the product that the two main characters used throughout the entire show.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of ties into what you're talking about because you're saying, okay, you went and saw the Bond film and that it was actually pretty decent. And it wasn't too woke, too broke type of thing, but that the marketing itself was horrible. Okay. Which to me reminds me of this scene in Mute Date where they kind of go off on the CEO about the product. And the CEO's like, good. So and the CEO even was like, so did you hate it enough that you'll go out like on the social media and rant about it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you hate it enough that you would go and write like blog posts about it and do YouTube videos about it and look for other people who also hate it? And it's like, okay, so this is intentional now. And that's kind of the point that I'm thinking is, and this is in a movie, I picked this up, like I said, in this Mute Date movie, but what you're saying ties in perfectly with it, that it's like the marketing was horrible, but it sounds like it was intentional because we want people to piss and moan about it. And we want the haters that haven't seen it to get in line to go see it. And then they're going, oh, well, it actually really wasn't all that bad.
Like I just mentioned, the marketing was horrible, but was it? Because it got people talking.
Well, and that's the point. That's the whole point. That's if, the worst marketing is where nobody even bats an eyelash. You throw a bunch of money into a bunch of promo ads and audio and video and whatever else, and literally nobody cares. They're completely fucking indifferent to it. That's the worst marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Where,
Speaking of which, these audiobooks contain strong female characters, diversity, and inclusion. Oh, and not many white men. Just saying. So if you hate yourself, please continue.
well, that's just that's like I don't remember who came up with it, if it was P.T. Barnum. He's been given credit for saying a lot of things that he actually didn't. But somebody at some point said there's no such thing as bad press, basically. Which, what is press? It's marketing. And it's the same. It's like, whether people hate it, they love it. The goal is to get people talking about it because then it spreads. Somebody's going to want to go check it out either because they do love it, they do hate it, they want to be proven right. Whatever it is, it's all emotional based, and that's what sells. It's not the logical shit that sells a product. We back up our emotion with logic. Well, I got it because it gets 45 miles per gallon. No, that's not why you got it. That's your justification and your rationalization after the fact. You got it because the Lambros told you you'll get pussy. But you backed it up with, well, it gets good gas mileage and it's safe. And, there was all these studies done. Nobody gives a fuck about Consumer Reports. That's what people look at after they have an emotional response to whatever the product is. And then they'll go and look at Consumer Reports and go, oh, well, I looked it up and here's the good, the bad, and the ugly, but they've already made up their mind. This is no different.
Nope. So I was actually pleasantly surprised when I saw it. So I guess they did their job. It kind of goes back to what is that book? I only liked the first chapter, and after that the book became repetitive. Trust Me, I'm Lying.
Yeah.
Trust Me, I'm Lying. It's the same thing. It explains it so well.
Yeah, it does. Well, he wrote it to be a cautionary tale, kind of a word of warning, and instead people ran with it and started using it as a playbook.
Yep, pretty much. Okay, real quick. Jean Simone asks a good question. Any chance I can get this book on Audible? No, and here's why. It's a trilogy, so it's 3 books in one, as in one big bundle. Second of all, Amazon and Audible take 60% of any profits whatsoever, and they become a sort of new legal owner over the product.
Right.
So Troy and I discussed it and decided to do this on Gumroad because of the diversification, as in part 1, part 2, part 3, and that we just don't get treated as shit by the platform, because Gumroad is way more user-friendly and author-friendly. And this way, Troy still remains the intellectual owner, and I stay the owner of the narrations, sort of thing, if that makes sense. No, yeah, 60% for them.
Right. Dre, you do all the work. You create the product. Amazon takes 60% of the cut.
Yep.
The one that, and you and I were talking about this right before we started the show, Jack. The one major thing, well, you brought up a second thing too, but the biggest major thing that Audible/Amazon brings is the customer base. They have the reach.
Yep.
And that, and you also mentioned they do the marketing type of thing for it as well.
Yeah, it's like, so, you've read Rational Mill, you'll like Troy Francis or Rich Cooper or Ryan.
Right. It'll try and, put you in the niche, so to speak. But you're not the first one, and neither is Troy. The two of you together, you guys aren't the first guys who put something out on Amazon or Audible or both, only to realize that while the reach is there, the if you're trying to make money, it's not necessarily the way to go unless you have a lot of products.
Exactly. And real quick, Jean Simone, Gumroad has a phone app. I've got it myself as well, and it plays the audio files as well as an audiobook. So it remembers the position for you and things like that.
Just like Audible does. Nice.
Yeah. And the other worst thing about Audible and Amazon is they determine the price for you. They determine the price for you. So I could have spent hours, and I mean hours, weeks, days, months on this audiobook, narrating it, pronouncing it right. Black Label, same also. Both of them are on Gumroad. But I could have spent hours, months, whatever on it, and they could say, oh, it's this long, we charge $10. Or even $7 or whatever. I've seen it worse.
And they choose.
And we take more than half of that. And you are not allowed to multi-platform it. So the thing is, when we do it on
it's on Audible or on Amazon, it's exclusive to them.
Yeah, but let's say we did it on Gumroad and we find a different platform, we can post it on that as well. Instead of Gumroad saying, oh, no, this is our product now, or mostly our product. So that's why we decided to do it like this. Dre, that is true. And you know what? A funny story. The narrator for that took payment instead of revenue.
Oof.
I heard that from Sam Botta. She took 25,000 for all of them.
Oh, wow.
She could have asked for 1% of revenue and be set for life.
Oh, yeah. Totally. Yeah.
Marty, I know you're like messing with me, but yes. Remember, English is not my first language, but I put a lot of effort into this one. But it's like, no, I want to do it right. And Rob told me this before. It's like, you're nitpicking, but no, seriously, when I heard like a click or whatever that your mouth naturally does, again, like, nope, we're doing it again. I don't want that. Don't want to hear that shit. So, yeah.
And Dre, you're not wrong when you said that Amazon is legally pimping people. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
So, yeah, that's why we took Gumroad is just a way more. Sorry, Gumroad is a author-friendly platform.
It's a content creator friendly platform. Yes.
Yep. And it gets shit because a lot of dipshits use it as well.
Yeah.
But a lot of great people use Ed Latimer uses it, Life Math Money uses it, Sterling Cooper uses it, I use it, Troy uses it. Like, forget about the dipshits. You're always gonna get that. Let the free market handle.
Well, you're gonna find dipshits on Amazon too. Just because it's on Amazon doesn't mean it's any good, because I've seen plenty of ebooks and audibles that just the content itself sucked, or the quality just, it was good enough to meet Amazon standards, but Amazon standards are not super high.
No, and that's a bit of the problem that Amazon has the name. It's like, oh, Amazon. I was talking to a friend about that yesterday. We were talking about going out to dinner. It might seem like a weird segue, but we have a restaurant kind of diner thing where I live. It's actually pretty crap. Really is. There's not a lot of food, but the plate is just really big, and you like pay an arm and a leg. And him and I were talking about it. He's like, why do people even go there? I told him it's status. People know about it. I've been to this place. I went over there to get a drink. Whatever.
It's no
status.
different than it is status, because it's no different. Like, maybe over in Europe it's a little different, but here in the United States, using a vehicle, Harley Davidson.
Yep.
It's a mediocre motorcycle. What you're paying for is status. You're paying for the name because, I ride a Harley. Fuck those Hondas and all these other bikes. I ride a Harley. It's like, except, yeah, your fucking Harley isn't nearly as good as, say, an Indian. Or it's not nearly as good as some of the, the Japanese bikes like a Honda. But you're going to pay $40,000, $50,000 American for a motorcycle that's going to have more shit go wrong. And if you get one stock, they're pretty much not worth anything. I mean, they're worth something, but you're not gonna, it's a mediocre motorcycle. Where the bikes get their beef from, their power from, is aftermarket. It's, you're gonna have to go in and customize it, which is gonna cost you another $20,000-$30,000. And by the time you're done fucking around with it, that you actually have a really decent motorcycle, you've spent almost $100,000 on a name. And that's one of the jokes, but it's not really a joke, that me and the Harley guys, when I go with them to one of the dealerships, they say HD doesn't just stand for Harley Davidson, it stands for $100. That the minimum amount of money you're going to drop when you walk into one of those stores is $100.
Damn.
Yep. And that's, Triumph is a better motorcycle. Okay. That I've had people ask me, would you recommend a Harley Davidson? I'm like, absolutely not.
Even Cappy said that.
Yeah, they're not superior motorcycles. You're paying for the bragging rights and you're paying for a name. And the thing is, at least here in the United States, fuck, everyone and their dog has a Harley Davidson.
Mate, this sounds so stupid, but with clothing, same thing. John, if you're listening, I mean, man, I like you, but god damn it, and your Versace shit, god damn it. But I had a Cole sweater, Jack and Jones. Got a rip in the what's that called? In the neck area. Within a week. I paid $30 for that thing. Maybe even, no, $30. I got an H&M one for 20. Still going. Still going. Oh, but that's H&M. That's cheap clothing. It's like, well, it works. You'd be surprised how much of this expensive brand crap just rips and tears faster, so you will buy more.
Well, they buy more, and again, you're paying for the name. You're not paying for quality. You're just buying a name. And you know what? Bull Rush said Harley Davidson is the Glock of motorcycles. You know what? That's offensive to Glock, dude. It really is. You know, Glock is not my favorite pistol, but fuck, at least it's still quality.
The only thing I didn't have that with, and people will lose their shit right now, with Apple. My MacBook is 10 years old. Still working. It had coffee spilled over it, Rob. Remember that?
Oh, I know.
I mean, that's just, for me, it's just a quality thing. The phones, I'm going to leave that up in the air. But with the old school MacBooks, they're just good. They work. They're sturdy. You name it. That is the only brand I was like, you know what? I am fine paying the fee. Because most of Apple's just brand as well. I mean, $1,300 for a 13-inch MacBook laptop. That's just way too much. But I mean, it works for a long time. The only thing that needs to happen now is that I need to change the battery. And too late. I've got the new battery. I'm just too lazy to change it. I'm like, can't I pay someone for this? Like, do it.
Yeah, you can actually. At least here in the United States, you can.
But I don't know if you can let it be done with your own battery. Like, I got the battery it needs. Now just walk up to the store like, hey, I got all the equipment. Now do it for me.
As far as I know, you probably could. See, that's one of the things that's nice about, you know, a Windows PC. I don't need to take it anywhere because the battery, I can lift up my laptop. There's the battery. I pull a couple little hinges. It pops the battery out. I pop another one in. It's done.
That is true.
I don't have to open anything up.
True.
To change the battery in mine.
Yeah, Apple does make it hard for you.
They want you to either buy a new one when the battery goes south, or they want you to send it back to them to replace it.
I remember one customer I had through the years that really made me lose frame because of an Apple product. He bought it at our store. And am I allowed to mention this story? Privacy and all that, not mentioning names, anything, before I get myself into trouble.
I don't know.
As long as I don't name names, I think I'm fine. The thing was, he bought AirPods.
Okay.
At our store. But, so it's a redistributor.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently there was something wrong with them. He went to Apple because of it. Not to us. Even though he had warranty running with us, he went to Apple directly. Apple gave him new AirPods. Now, what does that mean?
That you're overpaying for them and they've got...
No. The warranty at the place you bought them at is...
It's Apple.
No, is expired.
Oh. No, yeah.
Yeah, you bought with a redistributor, so if your product fails, you need to go to the redistributor for them to replace.
And since he had them replaced through Apple, it nullifies the warranty.
It nullifies the warranty. So I had to tell him that, and he told me, well, you're just not doing your job right. And I just lost my shit. Where it's like, I'm not doing my job right. Listen up, mate. Seriously, you went to another store for a product you got with us. What do you think was going to happen? Really? Tell me. What do you think? The whole department just fell silent and looked at me going off on this guy. Later on, he apologized. I got him to apologizing to me. I just felt good about that, Rob. Let me have it.
Hey, it's all you, buddy.
Mm.
And Dre, you said you thought Harley Davidson was luxury like Tesla. No, Harley is common enough. They're more like a BMW. In the motorcycle world, because everyone can, not saying everyone can go out and buy a brand new Harley, because that's where you're going to spend $40,000, $50,000 right from the word go. But you can get a Harley much cheaper. They're used, obviously, but you can get them. And like I said, and because it is such a status symbol, it's not rare. It's not unique. And so it's like Tesla. No, the Indian is more like Tesla. Just saying.
Real
That's
quick,
I've learned from going to motorcycle rallies. All the Harley guys shut the fuck up when I roll in, because there's not a whole ton of Indians floating around.
I've seen
My
your
bike's
bike.
more luxury.
I've seen that thing. It's a nice thing. Real quick, thank you, Jean Simone, for purchasing the 50 Shades of Game audiobook bundle. I hope you enjoy. Please let me know. And if you can take the time to leave a review on the sales page of Gumroad, that would really help us out. But thank you, and please enjoy your purchase.
Nice.
Yeah, he got it. Yes. It took a minute, but got it. User-friendly, people. But yeah, your bike is an amazing thing. That is a crotch rocket. Crotch rocket's positive, right?
No, this isn't a crotch rocket. It's a great big cruiser, great big black cruiser.
A crotch missile.
Pretty much. I mean, it has the speed of a crotch rocket. I can get up to speed real fucking fast on that bike. And it doesn't have any of the problems that Harleys have. I've never had any issues with this bike, and I've rode it all over the place. Mm-hmm. I have the 2017 Chieftain India. It's the Chieftain Dark Horse.
You got a picture, right?
Yeah, I don't have one on my computer though.
Oh, okay. Shit.
But I got fucking pictures of it. But it's the Chieftain Dark Horse is what it is. It's there's another one and I forget the name of it, which is the bigger brother to mine. Because it has like all the bells and whistles. But mine's the next one. It's like, it's missing the captain's chair, and it's missing the luggage container that sits on the back of the captain's chair, and it doesn't have GPS built into it.
It doesn't have GPS?
Yeah, it doesn't have GPS, but that's okay. I don't need that. I know where I'm going. So it's got everything else. And I did get it for long distance runs primarily. I mean, the fucker's got heated seats.
Wow.
You know,
really?
Keep your ass toasty. Damn right.
I do like that though. I remember my father years ago. He's got a new car as well now who has the seat heater. But years ago, we were living in Groningen, and I got back and he had to pick me up from the station. And it was cold as hell. And he had seat heaters. I love that so much. But nothing trumps years ago with the hottest girl I've ever been with, in all honesty. In her house, they had floor heaters. I was like, oh my God, her bathroom had floor heaters. It was amazing. Yep. Talk about the most unnecessary thing invented by man that you never know you needed until you got it.
Yep.
Floor heating in the bathroom. It's like,
oh yeah, dude, not only floor heating, but a technology that's actually been around for even longer. It's been around at least since the 70s, because I remember this. and this was before floor heating started becoming a thing, and again, in the bathroom. Okay. But you have your standard lights, that you comb your hair to and you shave with. But then you have literally, it's a heat lamp built right in, like it's usually with your standard lighting, usually like around the shower bath area. And so you flip that switch, that thing comes on, and it'll illuminate as well, but it heats everything up.
Timius, this is a compliment to Rob.
Yes, it is actually.
And have you taken it off sweet jumps?
Yes, all the time.
And wheelies.
Oh yeah, dude. I do. What do they call them when you kick it up, the back end goes up? Endos. Yeah, I do endos with mine.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, Dre.
Yes, Dre, they are very expensive.
Her dad was a millionaire, so.
Well, there you go. But yeah, they're not cheap to have them installed. And the thing is, depending on whether they're electric or they're gas powered or they're water heated, anytime there is a problem in the line somewhere, because most of them are like coils. Okay, they snake back and forth. Well, if there's any problem with any one of them, it shuts the whole thing down.
That's the problem with those things. With all luxuries, like you have it, just a tiny thing breaks and done. And Horton, that's pretty amazing. Lived in Korea for 2 years. Floor heaters, how they heat all their homes. The West is the best. Well, in Korea, they got floor heating everywhere. Where's our floor heating? Damn it. Oh, no, we need to take care of the environment, and we can't do it with gas. It's like, ugh. Seriously, Dutch politics, man. What a shit show. What an absolute shit show. The environment. We need to spend everything on the environment. House shortage, but the environment. Immigration crisis, but the environment. It's like, ugh. There, that was my little rant.
Horton, you've seen Ghost Rider, right? Where do you think they came up with the idea of Ghost Rider? I didn't just go through a flaming hoop. I was on fire.
I was the flaming hoop.
I was the Ghost Rider.
You are old enough for it.
I am.
Did they actually make a good movie about Ghost Rider? I remember the ones with Nicolas Cage.
I didn't care for those. I mean, they weren't horrible, but I don't think they've made a decent Ghost Rider movie, but that's me.
They did Ghost Rider in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., watching that with a red pill lens is just cringy as fuck. It's horrible. Most of Marvel, when you look at it with a red pill lens, is horrible. The new James Bond doesn't come close to anything Marvel has ever done when it comes to woke.
Jesus. Well, Tempest, you'll see his Dutch politics and raise you Aussie politics. Yeah, that's like saying, I don't know, I'll see your socialism and raise you straight up communism. I'll see your Hitler and I'll raise you a Stalin or something like that. It's Jesus.
Yeah, I made a nerdy reference about Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but I don't throw my cards to see. Okay, nice little reference there. That was a horrible dick move, by the way, in that show. So stupid. So do I want to get into this? Okay, maybe real quick. So this kid has a combination of cards that makes you win in one turn in the game. And then there's this dipshit who's like, oh, you have those cards? Can I see them? And he's like, yeah, sure. Take a look. And then he throws them into the ocean because they're on a boat. It's like, now you can't use them anymore. Have fun. It's like, dick. Really? Like, children, man. Children are horrible. Visceral. Vile. Evil. You would have just straight up shot the guy, wouldn't you?
Or chucked him into the sea. Well, here, play your fucking cards over there in the water. Have fun.
That is one way of winning.
Yeah.
But what about gentlemen's rules? Rob, a real man doesn't do that.
Dude, the rules are there are no rules.
That is true. A lot more people need to realize that. I had a friend who thought like that. Damn. I remember him throat punching someone. We were just having a scuffle, like boys being boys, and he got into a scuffle with a guy who had 20 pounds on him. Now, at a certain point, the 20-pound guy got on top of him. Now, my friend is like, what is he? A blue or brown belt in judo. And he's like naturally strong as well. But he couldn't get the guy off of him. So what does he do? He throat punches him. Heavy guy goes to the floor, gasping for air. I look at my friend. I'm like, dude, didn't that go a bit too far? He's like, no, Jack. Listen to me. It's not about how. It's about winning. Winning is the goal. I'm like, whoa.
Yep. How's your gentleman's rules working out for you, bud?
Oh, yeah. No, that didn't work at all. No. Good example of Twitter. How do you know nobody's been in a fight? Gentleman's rules.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you know nobody ever got laid? Gentleman's rules. I don't do that. I'm too virtuous.
Right. Well, and the other one that is a corollary to, using the Twitter analogy of how can you, tell me you've never been in a fight without, telling me you've been in a fight. Not only is the gentleman's rules bullshit, but it's the fact that it's guys that spoil for a fight. They're trying to pick one, I'm a tough guy. Because you've been in fights, Jack. I've been in fights. Okay. Like serious fights.
It's been in sparring sessions.
Well, okay. See, I've been in actual bona fide street fights. All right. I've been there where it's you're going to win. It's not boxing. It's not, it's you're fucking taking someone down or they're going to try and take you down. And even when you win, quote unquote, you fucking lose.
A Pyrrhic
Because
victory.
either A, you could go to jail. If the cops show up, it's like, oh, yeah, you may have won the fight, but now you're going to jail. And the other is, even if you win, fuck, dude, the next day, I just remember waking up and it's like, oh, fuck, everything hurt.
Oh, two things. One, it hurts. I had that this week during kickboxing. Remember what I told you, Rob? Don't block a kick with your forearm.
Yeah.
Guess what happened in a reaction?
You blocked a kick with your forearm?
And I will remember that. That hit like a motherfucker. It hit me so hard that I got nauseous. I'm like, is this normal? Feeling this after a punch? Or after a kick in this case then. No, Watson got me. Watson kicks pretty fucking hard, but I blocked it with my forearm. It's just horrible. But second one, so I went to the movie theater yesterday, and so how many? 1, 2, 3, 3 friends further. There was a guy in front of him using his phone during the movie. Now, instead of just going forward, telling the kid, "Hey, put that thing down, or you're never going to see it again," he started kicking his chair. I'm like, guys, and funnily enough, I'm the only one who actually had training. I'm like, guys, don't do that. It's like, oh, why not? It's annoying he's using his phone. I'm like, yeah, but you don't know him.
That's right. You don't know what he's capable
of. You don't know what he's capable of. Yeah, but he looked, I don't care how he looked. I've seen guys looking fragile as hell, kicking ass, taking names. All out of gum.
I've seen little tiny, well, I wouldn't say tiny, but I've seen short, like fat, mouth breathing dudes that you'd think, oh man, he wouldn't be able to stand anything. And you're right. In a physical fight, that guy would probably go down, except he's armed. He's got a gun.
Well, we don't have that in Europe, but I know what you mean.
Same idea, same
concept. Could have had a knife.
Yep, could have had something. And hey, you don't know, which is where I typically try to avoid fighting. It's like, you don't know what you're walking into half the time. It's like, the dude could have a gun, a knife, a fucking, a wrench. I've seen.
Yeah. Oh, that same friend I told you about. God damn him. He is the wealthiest man I know, and not in money. So I'll leave it up to you how you interpret that. But
Mhm.
he had one. What was it? We were going somewhere, I believe a venue for a band or whatever, and I said something about, well, better be careful and whatever. He's like, oh, but I came prepared. And he grabs a screwdriver. I'm like, what are you gonna do that? What are you gonna use that for? He's like, always be prepared, Jack. Always be prepared.
That's
You never
right.
know. I can do a lot of things with a screwdriver.
Dude, you could fucking kill somebody with a screwdriver.
You would love this man. You would love this man. He's a character. He
No,
used to be the bass player in my band.
he and I would probably get along famously, actually, because the guy's finding creative uses for things that weren't designed for that particular creative use.
He's the same guy that dislocated my knee. Every time I see him, I say, how's the knee? I was like, God damn it, motherfucker. I gave him a bloody nose. I got first blood, but
Yeah, but he fucked up your knee.
he fucked up my knee. I remember going to the doctor. He's like, what happened? I'm like, I fell. That was such a good story.
Hey, look, Nick showed up.
Yeah,
Right, Nick? You saw my tweet. Yeah, we can retire now. We're done. We're officially done with let them burn. Let Bull have it. Let Bull and Joey Onion Rings have it.
Real quick, Sean Simone got the Gendernomics audiobook bundle as well. Thank you very much. Let me know what you think, and if you can, leave a review on the sales page. Thank you, Sean. But Nick is going to retire, and you too from Let It Burn.
Yeah, we're gonna retire because we took the last night off, and so Bullrush said, "Well, I'll see your guys' night off, and I'll raise you a Joe Dolio." And him and everybody else was bragging about how great the show was, and I hope it was. But now I'm like, oh, good, now I can retire.
Now what? Just red evening?
Yep.
Well, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Let's see. Most deadly guys I've seen in the Marines look like regular people. Yeah.
Yep.
But like my kickboxing teacher said the same thing. He's like, if you're ever in a scuffle, just walk. Just even if you've been kickboxing for years, if he's got the bigger dick or whatever, you know what? Let him have it. It's not worth it.
Yep.
Because the problem is when you're capable, you can kick ass and take names, and then he's gonna be a bitch. He's gonna prosecute, or he's gonna turn you in. He's gonna go to somewhere,
or he's gonna come back for you.
Yep. There, real quick. F it and roll with Nick and Rob. Lol.
Hey, there we go. Fuck it and roll.
Yeah, Cappy and Rolo are gonna start a new show.
Are they?
And they're gonna yell at single moms or something like that. 40-year-old single moms.
That. Yeah, they're gonna go after middle-aged white women.
That would actually be pretty funny.
Oh, it's just pure red meat, but okay.
True.
It would. I mean, it would have about 5 minutes of chuckles in it. I could see that. But I got shit to do. I ain't got time to make fun of the whammon. It's like, no, I got shit to do.
Waldorf and what's his name? Waldorf and the other one from the Muppets.
Oh yeah. I don't remember his name either. But the two dudes up in the fucking balcony. Yeah. That'll be Aaron and Rolo.
So weird. Hold on. There. So, what are your plans for the coming week?
I'm going to be in Jersey.
Another lakeside visit.
Village by the Sea.
Yes. That's the one.
Yep.
Are you going to do shows when you're there?
From what Vince told me, it sounds like we're going to do at least one. So I don't know. I know I'm not taking my laptop this time. And so I'm not going to have, from my end, I'm not going to have any way to broadcast anything other than, I guess, through Twitter or whatever, because Periscope's gone now, or it got integrated. Periscope got integrated to Twitter. I'm not going to have any way to live stream on my end because I want to go and hang out. That's what I want to do.
Mm-hmm. I can imagine. That was the first time Cappy was on this show. Remember that? He just pushed you aside.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
That's right. Me and Nick are the grand keepers of the flame, Dre. But, I think we're going to pass that torch on to Bull Rush and Joey Onions.
Why weren't you there?
I actually had shit to do last night. I was starting to pack and everything for my trip. And I also got off work late. And I know Nick had something going on too. And so we both basically about the same time was like, yeah, I'm not going to make it. And I'm like, yeah, neither am I. I'm getting ready to go. And then, like I said, Bull turned around. And he's like, fuck y'all. I'll get Joey Onions to show up with me. And so he did. And from what I heard, it was a good show. And I'm glad. But like I said, they had such a good time. Cool. I want to retire.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, why not? Then I can just, it just gives me that much more time to do my own shit.
True. Hold on, by the way. I want to try something out. Let's see. I'm going to try something real quick. Yeah. How's chat doing, by the way? Yes. There. Yes. Now I should. I'm checking something out for Jean Simone.
Okay.
He mentioned that it wasn't viewable in the app. Huh. I have to look into that, John. I just purchased this myself, but it is indeed not showing up on the app. I don't know why. Gonna check that out. We'll be fine. So what are your plans for tonight?
Well, after this, I'm going to finish up my laundry and do some last minute. I got a couple more things I still need to pack. And after that, I'm going to bed because I'm getting on a flight first thing in the morning.
Nice.
Yeah.
There. There we go. Oh, Jean Simone, I got it. Apparently, when you're on the Gumroad page in the browser, you can go to app me or download this, open this in the app, open in app. When you do that, you should be able to do it. User friendly. Rob, anything else to add?
No, I think that's it for me.
Yeah, same here. But John, you could use open in app on the browser version, and that will take you there. Did I miss anything?
I don't think you did.
Okay, well, guys, the trilogy is out. As I said before, go get that. Leave a review. Tell me what you think. Smash the like button. Comment down below what you thought of this show. And if you want to support the channel, you can become a member. Also, everything Rob, robsays.net. Gesundheit.
Oh, so you did hear that or no?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Wrong button then.
Professional podcasters, people.
That's
so,
right.
Guys, that was it for this week. Hit the like button. Take us out.
Meow. See? Meow.